California State Senate approving Governor Newsom's controversial proposal to set fuel storage requirements for oil refiners. It's his attempt to prevent gas price spikes, which his administration says happens when refiners have an outage and they're low on supply.
But ahead of the election, several Democrats have been hesitant to vote on this bill that critics say will actually raise gas prices. KCRA3's Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala explains the action and what's next.
This was a tough vote for some Democrats who are on the ballot in the upcoming election in just a matter of weeks. The state Senate decided to move forward with this despite pleas from labor, the industry, and the governors of Nevada and Arizona.
Umberg. Aye. Caballero.
Aye.
In a 23-9 vote, the California State Senate passed Governor Newsom's latest proposal for the oil and gas industry. It specifically gives power to the unelected California Energy Commission to set new rules around fuel storage and refinery maintenance. The administration has said unplanned maintenance and outages coupled with low fuel supply cause prices to spike at the gas pump.
What this bill will do is going to provide Californians with relief at the pump.
The Democratic leader of the state Senate, Mike McGuire, at first refused to come back to Sacramento for the governor's special legislative session on the issue. The oil industry has warned this will result in permanent price increases at the pump in California and beyond. The governors of swing states Nevada and Arizona urged California to hold off with how it will impact drivers in their states. 8 Democrats either no-showed, abstained from, or rejected Friday's vote.
Why is it so hard for Senate Democrats to say no to this governor and the administration? We've heard from a handful of members of your caucus who had real reservations about this bill. There are equally the same amount of people in the assembly who have serious reservations about the bill, but they're all trying to fall in line. So why is it so hard to say no to the governor?
I think it's this legislation that's in front of us is critically important to be able to pass, and that's what the Senate did. Look, let's just be really honest. Coming back in October is always going to be a challenge for 40 individuals or 80 individuals who have a lot of work going on in their districts. But let me be very clear. The reason why this legislation passed today is because of the vast majority of Democrats who are here in the Senate believe this was not only the right decision, but an important decision.
I'm disappointed in the vote.
Republican State Senator Shannon Grove voted against it.
That's why the Constitution was set up, so that we could hold each other accountable, and to cave to the governor's demands was just completely unacceptable.
A handful of unions representing refinery workers said they've felt unheard and warned state lawmakers they've turned this into a national issue ahead of the election.
I don't think that the legislators, this body is thinking about workers.
Timothy Jeffries is the international rep for the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers.
What could go wrong as a result of this bill when it comes to workers?
Well, we're actually in the facilities. I mean, it could be catastrophic. I mean, some things we've seen in facilities happen before. Delaying maintenance and putting maintenance off definitely is a bad idea.
Now, this proposal has just one more stop before it reaches the governor's desk. It needs to go back to the assembly for approval of some changes that were made to the proposal here in the state Senate. That vote is scheduled for Monday afternoon. Reporting at the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, KCRA3 News.
Now, if the assembly ends up passing this, the California Energy Commission would set the new rules. That commission is funded through a surcharge on utility bills, so it's not clear how, with the added work this would add, the Newsom's bill here would be paid for.